Hello everyone and welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series Sparks 300 from Talladega Superspeedway. Noah Gragson and Austin Hill line up on the front row with Josh Berry, Brandon Jones row 2, Ty Gibbs, Landon Castle row 3, Trevor Bayne, AJ Allmendinger row 4, and then Justin Allgaier and Riley Herbst in row 5 as we get ready to go back green here in Talladega. To start this race, we are underway. Green flag. Noah Gragson already locked in the next round with his win at Texas, trying to win again this season. As he gets a great jump on the restart ahead of Austin Hill. Oh, they're already crashing in the back. We're getting a big crash on lap 1, turn 1. We got cars going everywhere in the background. Oh, the 07, the 5, the 13, the 08, the 28 is involved. The 68 of Brandon Brown, big playoff implications. Brandon Brown in the 68 involved in the huge crash here at Talladega, the big one right off the start. As let's see what happens. This is like Brown gets turned by a Woogie and Karen, then cleans out the one of Sam Mayer. So two playoff drivers involved in this wreck, Brandon Brown and Sam Mayer, collected in the incident. As you see, he was all started. Brown gets turned up the track north for Sam Mayer to go. He gets cleaned out, slams the 68 of Brandon Brown down the track. You see up there nowhere for Kyle C to go. You see everyone in the back just scrambling to try to avoid the crash. Gets collected. As you see from this, what happened was Sage Car in the 02 just hooked Jesse Woogie down to Brandon Brown, who had nowhere to go. He gets completely turned back up into traffic. Big hit there from Sam Mayer and Kyle C. He goes down the track, and the whole back part of the field right there just gets cleaned out, all running into each other. Nowhere to go. As we move back up to the rest of the field, we're going to look at the one of Sam Mayer real quick and see his view of this opening accident of the race. As boom, just got clipped right there by Brandon Brown in the wall, but managed to keep going in the right direction after that, but of course severely damaged the number 1 machine. And oh, over here, Ryan Vargas hitting JJ Ailey. Whoa, almost turned the 66 right there. Very lucky he saved it. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, because of all the guys at the back there completely destroyed, most of them are going to be out. We have Noah Gragson battling Austin Hill at the front. The question is, are we going to wreck again before we get back to the line? That's actually very likely, because this is Talladega. Talladega means chaos. Oh, there they go again. There goes Austin Hill. Josh Berry, Allmendinger's around. Brandon Jones is crashing. We got the big 1v2 on the first lap once again. Austin Hill gets hooked by the 19 right into the 16 and the 8, and nowhere to go. 4 playoff drivers right there go spinning through the grass, and a lot of cars make significant contact, take significant damage after this opening 2 incidents of this race. Boom, right there. It's already 4 right there. They go back up the track. They go spinning. Landon Castle gets damaged. That's 5 playoff drivers sustaining some damage in this incident. And if you look at the 16 of Allmendinger, here comes everyone. They're not lifting behind him, and he gets slammed by Myatt Snyder, and more contact for AJ Allmendinger. Not looking good for the 16 car in this playoff hopes after a disastrous Texas race where he went up and over. He's already crashed here on lap 1 at Talladega, and if he manages to stay in the race, he's still not out of the danger. As he gets turned by the 19, he came back up into the 21, hit his teammate Landon Castle, who got into the wall. And Trevor Bayne collects damage, so that's 6 playoff drivers in this incident. Alfredo collected. The 48 of Gralla does a great job hitting the brakes and avoiding, and you see Allmendinger was pretty good here until Vargas, Bailey, Curry, and Meissner full throttle. Snyder was just loose and slid right into the 16, drilled him, sent him up the track. Somehow Ryan Vargas did a great job avoiding AJ Allmendinger and not making significant contact with the 16. So a huge pile up to start this race. In the first lap, 2 big pile-ups. As you see, 6 playoffs, so it's basically 8 of the 12 playoff drivers have already been involved in accidents on the first lap of the race. You have Brandon Brown and Sam Mayer in that initial crash. Then this one, Josh Berry, Brandon Jones, AJ Allmendinger, Landon Castle, Trevor Bayne, and more. So now on the restart on lap 6, it is Noah Gragson leading this race from pole position. Riley Herbst second, Landon Castle third. Then the 07 Joe Graf Jr. stacking up most of the field back there. And everyone else is just trying to jockey for position, trying to make their way forwards. As we see the lap drive, there are still 3 and 4 wide. There's still many cars in this race. This is still going to be absolutely chaotic in every way. Landon Castle going to take second now from the 98 of Herbst. Gragson still leading. Joe Graf Jr. stacking up the middle of the track. Oh, they make it working again. They got a big crash at turn 4. We got cars slamming into each other. Cars upside down. The track is blocked. Austin Hill says it. Allmendinger's upside down again the second week in a row. Creed damage, Timmy Hill, Matt Mills, Brandon Jones. Another 3 playoff drivers going to be taken out. 4 playoff drivers involved in that wreck. Austin Hill's going to be out. Allmendinger is going to be out. Brandon Jones is going to be out. Daniel Hemrick is going to be out of there. That's 4 playoff drivers knocked out right there off the bat. As you see Allmendinger go upside down. And see a Nordigal get slammed right into the wreck, went up and over. A vicious crash. Of course, other drivers involved. Oh, Trevor Baines, that's another playoff driver involved. But non-playoff drivers involved, you got Ryan Sieg, Parker Retzloff, Sheldon Creed. I see right here the 11 just turns. The 19 turns to 2, then the 11 turns to 07. They all get wiped out and go hard up the racetrack into the wall. Then nowhere for Austin Hill, Allmendinger, Matt Mills, or Josh Williams to go. Just full throttle right into the wreck. Sustained heavy damage. Sage Karam also involved in this crash. And they are completely destroyed. And now look back here at the 21 of Hill. He was pretty good all by himself. As you see everyone back here just piling into the wreck. As here we look at the 19 of Brandon Jones. Creed just comes down on him. He turns them right as the 11 turns the 07. So we have 2 wrecks at the same time. Just cleans out pretty much the entire field. Awuji, Jeb Burton, the 48, the 91, the 4, and the 36 are extremely lucky, as well as Yaley and Josh Berry. They're the only ones to get through before the path got blocked for literally everyone else, and cars went flipping. The 08 David Starr, I believe, made it through as well. But a huge crash. 19 full speed of the incident. We see you got cars going different directions, and just the track is blocking. The entire outside lane gets destroyed. And then the cars coming in behind it from that second pack just get cleaned out. And you hate it for AJ Allmendinger. Came to this race below the cut line after flipping at Texas. Flips again this week. It's going to be in a deep hole heading to the Charlotte Roval. Luckily, it is a road course, and that's what has been AJ Allmendinger's bread and butter for his whole entire career. And that's where we know he's going to be good. So the rest of the field completely demolished from this incident. We are going to have very little cars left in the race after 3 big ones within the span of 5 and 3/4, basically 6 laps. You see the 16 up and over on board with AJ Allmendinger, completely destroyed, still getting drilled. Oh my goodness, what a vicious crash here at Talladega. Now on board with the 19 of Brandon Jones as he turns Creed down the track and then right back up into traffic. Alfredo damaged. Of course, you see everyone else just piling on in, and the hits start to build up for everyone else. He managed to avoid the 16 tumbling on his lid. Now we go on board with the 11 of Daniel Hemrick, who's also collected in the first part of this incident. As he turned Joe Graff Jr. and Parker Retzloff, and Sheldon Creed came up the track into Hemrick. These got turned on the wall. Nowhere to go into Karam, damage the other, and here comes everyone else just slamming into each other. Big hits all around. Colleague Racing not having a good day again here at Talladega. But Joker's Racing also having problems with their playoff drivers. Brandon Jones, Trevor Bain, severe damage sustained by both. Of course, Ty Gibbs got some damage to the wreck, but I believe he's fine still in the race. But of course, he missed the playoffs, so unfortunate for him. And then all the guys back there just big hits. RCR is completely wiped out from this wreck, so they are done. And then something happened up here. The 36 of Alex LeBay, completely separate from this initial wreck. As LeBay actually comes up in front of Yaley and gets himself wrecked, and LeBay gets spun into the outside wall here by himself. Everyone else makes it back to the line. As it's still Noah Gregson leading the way at Talladega. Now we're back underway with Riley Herbston lead on lap 11, but Landon Castle going for the lead. Gregson now back in third. Jeb Burton fourth, Allgaier fifth, as Stephen Parsons and Awuji fight it out for 6th place. So 98 of Earps, 2 wins this season at Atlanta and Michigan. Landon Castle, 1 in clutch time at Bristol to get himself into these playoffs. Can they make something happen to try to get into the round of 8? As you see the pack spreading 3 and 4 wide, all in many different packs, starting from the heavily damaged cars at the back, the mildly damaged cars in the middle, and pretty much undamaged clean cars at the front of the field who have the speed. They're still getting close back there. Jeb Burton, Jeremy Clemens, Stephen Parsons, almost contact. Mason Master, everyone keeps going in the right direction for now. Riley Herbston dropping back, now getting shoved by Awuji. Clemens goes by. Mason Massey, Ryan Vargas working that bottom line. Everyone making it through for now. Landon Castle leads the way. Gregson second. Justin Allgaier in 3rd place as we head into turn 1. Riley Herbst on lap 12. Back there. Oh, Awuji's even bumper. There they go. Awuji. The 98 of Herbst is crashing. The 48 of Record. Here they come down the track. Big hit. Brandon Jones and Trevor Bain. And that's it for Jokers. Oh, Karam, Snyder, Gibbs, Alfredo, Hemrick, Starr. A huge pile up in turn 2 at Talladega. That is our 5th big one. As you see right there, 90 gets drilled, the 19 and the 18 go upside down, and here comes everyone else. Ty Gibbs and all 3 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas were completely wiped out in that wreck. SHR is destroyed. Jesse Iwuji Motorsports, Big Machine Racing. You see the 98, you see the 19 up and over the 18. Big hit, so multiple playoff drivers taken out on that wreck. Riley Herbst, Brandon Jones, Trevor Bayne, just to name 3. Daniel Hemrick will be a 4th. I see here Iwuji turned Herbst, and then the 40 casino. Josh Berry sustained some damage, but should be okay. And they come down the track, nowhere for the 19 to go, get slammed by Trevor Bayne, and they go into each other, and the 19 goes upside down. And then Karam goes up the track, it's drilled. Snyder Simpson, Ty Gibbs has an engine expire right in front of Daniel Hemrick. Now Alfredo and David Starr have nowhere to go and slam the 19 as well. So look at Karam up in the air, flying up the racetrack. And see right here, Alfredo gets sent right into Snyder, into David Starr, and they go crashing. Multiple playoff and non-playoff drivers involved in a absolutely vicious crash, especially for Brandon Jones and Trevor Bayne. We hope the 9th Brandon Jones is okay. Prayers up. As we see heavy contact here and a big hit there for the 19 and Brandon Jones. Up and over. Trevor Bayne with him. Ty Gibbs, Alfredo, a big hit for Jesse Iwuji. Massive, massive hits, and a bunch of cars absolutely destroyed. From the huge one, V4, V5, however many we've had so far in the first 13 laps here at Talladega. Trevor trying to avoid it, and nowhere to go. Right in the 19, and bang, Ryan Snyder right into him. Heavy hits for all these Xfinity guys. You hate to see it for them. Just big hits, multiple playoff drivers taken out, but you know who survived this race so far? Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, Jeremy Clements. They've survived. And they might advance to see on board. So Iwuji comes down the track, and here's pow! Big hit for Jesse Iwuji in the air right there. Sage Karam slammed a vicious hit. Now on board the 11, Daniel Hemrick, he almost made it through this wreck as he's falling behind Ty Gibbs. Stopping here was Ty Gibbs, slammed into him, has it completely destroyed. Hemrick sustained some damage, which would actually be the end of the race for Hemrick from some damage there. And then just, you hate it. Now we're on board with Sage Karam, who, Sage Karam took one hell of a hit. He was going through the motions, you know, doing the normal drill, goes through and gets absolutely right into Iwuji off the track. Vicious hit for Sage Karam. He may not return next week at the Roval. We may have a different driver in the 02 car. I mean, that was such a hard hit for him. Same for a couple playoff drivers, but they're going to try to make the race. The Roval next week is 23 of Alfredo, making his way forward. Almost in, he gets turned right into Maya Snyder. Collects David Starr. Multiple big hits. Here's Xfinity Series. It has been just a destructive weekend at Talladega so far, and it continues to live up to Talladega standards. As boom, right there, the 40 had nobody go. Josh Berry, Bailey Curry both got very lucky. So did LeBay and Yaley, but the 19 absolutely destroyed. Everyone else comes through, heavy damage dealt. And at the front of the field is Landon Castle, who has also survived this far, putting himself in a good spot as he's leader back to the line over Gregson Parsons. And now we are back underway on lap 17. Landon Castle leads, Jeremy Clemens second, Parsons third, as Jeb Burton and Justin Allgaier fight for 4th place. Noel Gragson has fallen back after pit stops and is trying to drive his way back up to the front of the field. But right now, with 18 to go in stage 1, it is Landon Castle leading the way, looking for the stage win and the playoff point. But how about the 45 of Stephen Parsons for Alpha Prime Racing, trying to pull off the upset, as well as the 27 of Jeb Burton, both having very, very good runs here at Talladega. As you see, Noel Gragson has already passed a couple cars back there, gone by Mason Massey for 7th, and he is now catching this pack with heavy momentum. We know Gragson is very fast. He's won 2 of his last 3 races. Of course, we know he won at Kansas. He has won at Texas just last week, but of course he didn't quite win Bristol. That went to Landon Castle. He's looking to go 3 out of his last 4, get win number 7 on the year. This would be outrageous. So Stephen Parsons leads that lap alongside the 7 of Justin Allgaier with 17 to go on the stage. But here comes Noel Gragson back there. He's going to go 3 wide for 4th place with momentum on Jeb Burton and Jeremy Clements. Gragson trying to make it work, get some points. Not really enough help though or draft to make it work. He falls back in line. But it is Stephen Parsons in the 45 for Alpha Prime Racing leading what's left of the field here at Talladega after multiple huge and vicious crashes that have been absolutely detrimental to some drivers' seasons, with the way it has been with all the playoff drivers dropping out like flies at this point. As it's still Parsons leading, Gregson once again making 3 wide back there for 4th. Landon Castle goes to the bottom. As now we move on to the last lap of stage number 1 here. Jeremy Clements, the 51, is leading. Landon Castle is running in 2nd. You got Parsons in 3rd, Noah Gregson 4th. There's only 12 left in the race, so that is wild. You got Clements leading the way, Castle 2nd, Gregson now going into 3rd by Parsons. You got Vargas back there in 5th, Jeb Burton 6th. Yaley's probably back there too, but after some green flag pit stops that we skipped over, it looks like it's going to be a duel between Clements and Castle back to the line for who's going to get the stage win and the playoff point. Castle makes a move. They're going to be side by side going for the stage win. Jeremy Clements or Landon Castle. Who is it going to be? Yellow is out as they come race back to the line. It's going to be Clements when he's taking on Castle 2nd, Gregson 3rd, Parsons 4th. Points for Jeb Burton, Ryan Vargas, other drivers as well. As now we begin in stage 2 here on lap 41. Jeremy Clements leading the way. Alex LeBay battling Noah Gregson for 2nd. You got Stephen Parsons and Landon Castle. Actually, LeBay's the lap car, so Gregson's 2nd. And then you got Parsons and Castle trying to make their way forward, as well as Ryan Vargas, Mason Massey, Jeb Burton, Justin Allgaier, and Josh Berry. And Bailey Curry back there in 10th, one of the last couple of guys on the lead lap. But Jeremy Clements leading the way, trying to sweep the season at Talladega. He got his first win of the season, which locked him into these playoffs earlier in this year at Talladega off of strategy. And now he's got speed, and he is leading laps here at Talladega, trying to earn the victory. With Gregson hunting him down, though, in 2nd, who has been on fire as of late in NR2003 and in real life, on an absolute tear, winning races left and right. So Clements leads, Gregson 2nd. How about Stephen Parsons having a great run in 3rd? Then you have Ryan Vargas in 4th, Justin Allgaier back in 5th. So here we are on lap 43. Clements leads the way with 28 to go on the stage. Now we move on to coming to the last lap of stage 2. Clements leads, Gregson in 2nd, Castle in 3rd, Vargas in 4th. But they're about to lap Josh Berry running in 8th here. I think the last lap of stage 2. Clements trying to sweep stages 1 and 2, get 2 crucial playoff points, as Clements is putting himself in a great spot to possibly advance to the round of 8 as really an upset entry after all the crashes we have had today and this round overall. They are going to catch that 8 machine of Josh Berry down the backstretch. What role will Berry play in this? Gregson goes to the bottom and he will lap his teammate who holds up Clements. Now Gregson goes through the lead. Castle will go through the 2nd, and Ryan Vargas will charge through, fight for 3rd, but gets blocked by Clements. So there's 3 wide for 3rd back there. Josh Berry being the lap car, and as they come to the line, Noah Gregson in the 9 machine is going to earn himself another playoff point. Noah Gregson wins stage 2 at Talladega. Castle 2nd, Clements 3rd, Vargas 4th. Mason Massey comes through. Actually, Jeb Burton comes through here to take 5th, with Justin Allgaier 6th, Stephen Parsons 7th. And then you got Vargas 8th, Massey 9th, and someone else 10th. So here we are back underway. There's actually Berry in 8th there. So here we're back underway in the final stage on lap 75. Noah Gregson leads the way, followed by Jeremy Clements, Landon Castle, Ryan Vargas, Stephen Parsons, Jeb Burton, and Justin Allgaier. The 7 cars on the lead lap. Everyone else is at least 1 lap down. So it seems to be Noah Gregson and Jeremy Clements seem to be the 2 guys who seem to have the most pace. Landon Castle 3rd in that category, who will be going for this race win and a spot in the round of 8. Of course, Gregson already clinched with his great win at Texas. So he wants to go back-to-back wins and win 3 out of his last 4 to really start putting the momentum, as Gregson Clements pulling away from the rest of the pack, who are 3 by 3 because of lap traffic really making it dicey here at the front of the field. It could get very interesting here. Josh Berry alongside Bailey Curry, Alex LeBay. But it's Clements and Gregson alongside by side for the lead at the line. They're going to give the lead that time to Clements, who takes the lead from the 9 of Noah Gregson. And a very intense battle here at Talladega. Castle 3rd, Vargas 4th. They're going to be momentum. They're making a move. Stephen Parsons having a great run back there in 5th. He still got a shot at this. But Jeb Burton, those guys back there are kind of losing the draft. Allgaier trying to stay in the mix, so he's also way back. But Jeremy Clements, could he do it? Could he sweep the season here at Talladega and win his way in the round of 8. It's possible. And it's also very likely the way he's been running today, but I'd just watch out for that 9 of Noah Gragson. 10 Landon Castle. They have the better equipment, and they've won a Super Series before by making moves. Well, Landon Castle hasn't, but Noah Gragson has. So here we go. Clemens and leads. We transfer on to 5 to go here at Talladega. Noah Gragson leads alongside Parsons. Clements is there in third. You got Jeb Burton up there in the lead lap. Then you got Clements, Castle, Vargas all battling it out. Allgaier also in the lead lap. So there's 7 lead lap all battling for position here. Gregson, Parsons alongside as we hit 4 laps to go at Talladega. Can Noah Gragson win again? Or can Stephen Parsons get his first career win and get the upset? Or could Jeremy Clements lock himself in the next round? Killian and Castle. And they're crashing! Castle looks Clements into Parsons, and they're crashing big in the back. And Noah Gregson's might take the yellow and checkered flags to win this race. As we see Landon Castle pushing Jeremy Clements hard late in the race, trying to vie for a spot in the round of 8. Battling for second. He turns Clements into Parsons, and all 3 guys crash up the racetrack, and their shot at winning goes right out the window. As Castle goes down and hits the inside safer barrier. As Clements, you hate to see for him, had such a good run going, gets wrecked out of the race with 4 to go. But because this is NR2003, we have no overtime. So as this very vital wreck at the end of the race, Noah Gragson is clear as they all crash by him. Jeb Burton looks like he'll get through to take second. Vargas will get through. Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier get through the incident race. So of course only those 3 guys involved. But Noah Gragson might just pull away to back-to-back wins here at Talladega because of the 2003 and 2003 rules here. The race can end under yellow, so here they're going to come to the line to take 3 to go. They are not going to get the race restarted. And so because of this wreck behind Noah Gragson, it's going to gift Noah Gragson his 2nd win in a row and his 3rd in his last 4 races. This big hit is going to give Noah Gragson the win at Talladega after a big crash involving Landon Castle, Jeremy Clements, and Stephen Parsons. Everyone else is Noah Gragson now just has to cruise back to the line and stay out under the caution laps to claim this win at Talladega. About to go back-to-back in the playoffs for Noah Gragson, peaking at the absolute right time. Noah Gragson is red hot as Gragson comes through to cross the line. He will be scored as the leader as we have 3 laps under caution to complete. So congrats to Noah Gragson. I see the pace cars on, so now we move on to the last lap of this race. Down the backstretch through 3 and 4 under caution. Of course, Landon Castle knocked out of the race from that crash. Clements and Parsons will still stay out and finish the race, but Noah Gragson has to complete this lap, cross the start-finish line, take the yellow and checkered flags to be declared the winner here in Talladega, and be in to the next round with back-to-back wins. I believe this would be his 6th, or I think it might be his 7th win of the year. His 3rd in his last 4 races, which is extremely impressive for the driver of the number 9. So as Noah Gragson comes through the front stretch, the tri-oval for the final time, leading Jeb Burton and Ryan Vargas. Vargas going to get a career best 3rd. Jeb Burton going to get a season best 2nd. Allgaier going to get a respectable 4th. And then you got Parsons still going to get a career best of 5th. And Jeremy Clements 6th as they come to take the yellow and checkered flags. Noah Gragson wins at Talladega. It is his 6th win this season, his 2nd in a row, and his 3rd out of the last 4. He led 21 laps and is, of course, through to the round of 8 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. So congrats to Noah Gragson and that JR Motorsports team for the big win here in Talladega today. As Gragson wins, he will advance to the round of 8, going back-to-back here in the playoffs. There's the rest of the results. You got 11 cars finishing the race. And the playoff implications are going to be wild. So we will see the playoff standings right about now. As, of course, Gragson through. Josh Berry looking very good with Jeremy Clements. Both 60 points above the cut line. Castle, though, only 25 above the cut line. Riley Herbst, 20 points above the cut line. Brandon Brown, 17 to the good. Trevor Bain, 15 to the good. Austin Hill, only 5 points above Daniel Hemrick at the cut line. Brandon Jones, -8. Sam Mayer, -9. And AJ Allmendinger, -13. But heading to one of his best tracks. So until the next episode of the Cup Series at Talladega tomorrow. I hope you all have a good one.